SA-58, also known as the Juice Cannon. If you've been around Tarkov long enough, you know this thing is an absolute beast when built the correct way. The question is, does this gun fit in today's meta, and is it worth using? The short answer is yes, if you're willing to spend the money. And honestly, the recoil is not that bad, because this gun is a 700 RPM 308 fully automatic weapon, which is the fastest RPM for that caliber. And if your target is at a distance, semi-auto is going to hold up pretty well because you're using a sniper round, so it's still going to drop people from far and it's very accurate. But my all-time favorite way to use this weapon is get in close and spray them down. Getting 2 chest shots with some of the best rounds in the game, you're going to be dropping people very fast. So I wouldn't call it best in class, but I still think the SA-58 fits perfectly in today's meta, where the larger calibers like 7.62x51 and 7.62x39 are dominating today's landscape. So if you're willing to spend a little bit of money, you're gonna have a lot of fun with this gun. When building the SA-58 out, the first obstacle you're gonna run into is finding a good starting point. What you're gonna find on the market at the lower ranges is a lot of beat up SA-58s, usually coming from scavs. And what you're gonna find from the traders to buy is overpriced by a long shot for what it's worth. So what I actually recommend is doing a barter for Mechanic at level 3. He has 2 different barters for the SA-58, both of which are requiring weapon parts for the barter. The large SA-58 is requiring 12 weapon parts to make this barter happen, and the smaller SA-58 is actually 8 weapon parts. If you can get these weapon parts for around 10 to 15,000, you can actually get the base build for the SA-58 pretty cheap. And then what you can do is sell back the parts that you're not going to use and make a little bit of money back. So you're probably spending about 60,000 for the base build of the SA-58. Originally, I thought since the larger build started with the 21-inch barrel, I thought it was a better starting point, but I actually found that the smaller one is a better deal and you get more parts that you need from the start. So once you make the barter, it's time to start stripping it and selling the items we don't need. So the only thing I keep from this build is the foregrip, the pistol grip, the 3 rails on the handguard, and the dust cover. And the rails are actually pretty important if you don't have mechanic level 4. They never come up on the market, so if you have extras, just go ahead and save them. So once you're done stripping the gun, go back to mechanic and sell the remaining parts. You'll get an easy 47,000 back from that build. So the start of your build should be somewhere around the 65,000 range if you got your weapon parts for a decent price. So the start of your build should look like this. It should just be the receiver and the SA-58 extreme dust cover. Next, you'll put on the SA-58 buffer tube adapter with the Mesa Tactical buffer tube. This buffer tube knocks your ergo down quite a bit, but it's best in slot for recoil control. Next, we have the Magpul MOE buttstock with the rubber butt pad on the end of it. The cheapest color of this buttstock is usually foliage green. This butt pad combination is not the best for recoil, but it does have a great mix of recoil and ergo, which you're going to need with this build, because in the end, you only have about 29 ergo to work with. The next piece we'll put on is the SA-58 Fab Defense pistol grip. This is one of the parts that came from the mechanic build, and it's actually the best in slot for ergonomics for the SA-58. Next, we have the 21-inch SA-58 barrel. You can buy this at mechanic level 4 for 37,000 rubles, but I think a better method, whether you have level 4 mechanic or not, is to go to the market and find the cheapest SA-58, which is usually around 30,000. Then all you need to do is strip every part, take the barrel out, and sell everything else. So if the junk SA-58 had a lot of parts on it, you'll usually end up getting the barrel for around 10,000 if you're lucky. And next we have the Voltor CAS-V handguard. And then we'll put the Voltor 5-inch rail, which is one of the rails I was talking to you about, is super unavailable until you get mechanic level 4. People try to sell this thing for anywhere from around 50,000 to 100,000, and people will buy it. So just be careful and make sure you get your rails from these barters instead. And for the foregrip, I like to use the Magpul RVG. This is not the best in slot for ergo or recoil, but it's extremely cheap and it's a good mix between both. But if you wanted to do best in slot recoil control, I would do the Zenit RK2. I don't recommend it because the ergo is already so low on this gun and that would drop it even further. Next, we have the Voltor 4-inch rail. There's actually another option to do the 2-inch rail, but like I mentioned before, you won't have access to the 2-inch rail until you get mechanic level 4. So we can bypass this by using the 4-inch rails that we got from the smaller Voltor handguard earlier. And so you're probably starting to realize how annoying this thing is to build efficiently. That's okay though, because you have AbneyDude's workarounds. I do wish these rails were a little bit more available because it's really annoying that you have to be level 4 mechanic to get them. Next, pop on a tactical device of your choice. I prefer the X400, but everybody has their preference. And for the muzzle device, we are going to be going loud, as you probably already guessed by now. We're going to be using the Lantec Blast Mitigation Device, which is a 3-piece setup. You'll start with the Lantec Blast Mitigation Device thread adapter. Then on top of that, you'll put the Lantec Dragon muzzle brake. and top it off with a Lantec BMD. So it's also called the blast mitigation device. I don't really know what the difference is. One's a thread adapter and then one goes over the whole muzzle brake. So, but you can't miss it. For the magazine, I like to use the SLR 30 round magazine. It has better ergo than the other 30 rounder, and I'm not going to use the 50 rounder because the ergo's so low on this thing. And for the sight, I usually stick to something that's 1x, and my preference for sights is the EOTech holographic sight with the single dot. Mainly because I like to get in close with this gun because it absolutely melts people up close quarters. But this is obviously your preference and you can choose whatever you'd like. So the final stats for this build is 29 ergonomics, which is actually not that bad for an SA-58, 81 vertical recoil, and 135 horizontal recoil. You kind of have to get used to the initial kick, but after you keep firing, it does level out quite well. For the ammo, I suggest doing M80, M62, or M61. All of them will do really well. M80 did have a little bit of trouble going through level 5 armor, but it's still going to go through most armors pretty fast. The final cost of this build comes to about 290,000 rubles. This total can fluctuate if you got the weapon parts a little bit more expensive on the market, and also there's a few parts in the build if you don't have all the trader levels, then you will be paying a little bit more for the part. I'm going to pin the part list in the comments below, that way you can at least copy and paste it if you're looking for a specific part. As always, if this video ended up helping you out, consider giving it a like. And if you want to see more content from me pop up on your feed, consider subbing to the channel. If you want to see this gun in a little bit more action, stick around for some PvP clips. And if you're taking off now, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, get back here, you little hatchling. Dude, just stop. Just stop running then.
I don't have a gun. I literally don't have a gun. I literally don't have a gun.
Dude, if you have a red rebel, why are you pissed?
Please.
If you have a red rebel, why are you melee running?
I don't know, man. Please.
Relax, relax, relax. Jesus. This guy's freaking out. Dance, boy.
Please. Ah! Please. 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 Ah!
Get in that corner and dance, boy.
Okay. Do my move. Yeah.
That scream. Honestly, if he would have just had a pistol, he probably could have killed me down there.
Hey, you fucking rat.
Hey, how's it going? Goodbye, friend. These fucking death comms, dude. I love it. Bro, this guy called me a fucking rat. He's using the rat cannon. I think there was a little projecting going on. That's okay, though. There you are. Looks like two of them. Oh, mine! Holy shit! Okay, never mind. There's three. Jesus. Please don't come in, Scav. Alright, there's another one. Large team of little guys. It's another one. Dude, this scav could fuck off. He's running. Come back. Oh, it's fucking Tagilla. I want that. I don't know if I can kill him up there. Alright, that works. Just want to get Tequila stuff and leave. Those other guys weren't really worth looting, I don't think. Damn it, I hear so many scavs walking around. Player scav's gonna be coming out soon. I don't have much ammo left. Make sure he doesn't have any goodies in his rig. Here, you get out of here. I don't have much ammo. Just gotta leave. He might be here. Jesus Christ. Bunch of nakeds. Ooh, he was coming. 3 players and Tequila. Jesus, dude, 2,500 damage.